Hey everybody, I'm Kelsey and this is Cassidy and Katie. And thanks so much for coming to our YouTube channel where we talk about the course Write Your Way to Freedom. A lot of people have a lot of questions and we have three different unique answers from three people who have actually taken the course. So we hope that you find this information helpful. Feel free to browse all of our questions in the notes below. And if you have any other questions, feel free to leave them and we'll try and get to them in one of our next recordings.
Today we're going to be talking about our one piece of advice that we would give to a new copywriter. And I can kick us off on this one. We talk a lot in this channel about mindset work. If you're new here, you can scroll through some of our other videos and you'll definitely find that mindset work probably comes up in about half of them. And mindset work is just basically that you are a copywriter that's all on your own. You have maybe never worked all on your own. And if you haven't, then you're going to have blind spots and you're going to make mistakes. And the mindset work is really important. That's one piece of this advice. But the other is that you're going to make mistakes and it's going to be hard. And you're going to look back and be like, I shouldn't have done it that way and I should have known better. And you should still do it anyways. It's unavoidable. And the sooner that you just accept it and then meet that with grace and patience. And the first time a client is like, wow, I hate this and I want my money back, just know that it's happened to everyone. And this is just part of the journey for just about everyone who goes through in becoming their own business owner, because it's not always necessarily that you did a bad job. Sure, sometimes some people maybe do a bad job, and that's okay too. It happens. We learn from it. And also, you hire the wrong clients. You work with the wrong people, you end up in the wrong niche, and those mistakes are inevitable, but it's important to just keep moving forward, because the bigger mistake would be not trying to do it at all if you think this is what you want to do.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to piggyback off of you because I feel like my advice tucks in nicely with yours. It just tucks right in. My piece of advice would be to remember that action leads to confidence, not the other way around. In my experience, you're never going to feel ready to take that first step. You're going to think, I don't know enough yet. I need to consume some more information. I need to chart this really clear path and have all of the steps outlined before I get going. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to plan, but taking action is always going to be the thing that boosts your confidence and gets you one step closer to this business that you want to create. And as Kelsey said, there are going to be moments when you may make mistakes. You may hop on your first discovery call and think, oh my gosh, I'm not prepared. I don't know what I'm doing. That went terribly wrong. But just find comfort in the fact of that is most people's experiences. Maybe 90% of copywriters, that is their first time experience. So it's not that anything is wrong with you. It's not like this glitch, everyone's got it figured out and you don't. It really is just part of the process. So just being comfortable in the discomfort and knowing that I may not feel confident at first. I may not feel like I know what I'm doing. I may have no idea what this is going to look like 6 months from now, but just take those baby steps. Keep taking action, and you'll look back in 6 months and be really amazed and proud at all the progress you're making.
It's so good. So, so good. Mine is different, but also I think feeds in nicely to both of these. And my number one piece of advice for a new copywriter is to find some sort of professional community. If you think about any other job, you have coworkers, you have colleagues, you have people you can vent about your day, you have work besties. And to do freelance work, especially, working from home, we're all a little bit more used to the work from home environment now post pandemic, but still it's so lonely. And I think that there are dozens of questions that come up every single day of am I doing this right? Am I doing a good job at this before you send off those first pieces to clients? You want someone else on your side to maybe proofread it or give you some notes or to learn alongside and have that support. And so in other videos, we've talked about the community that Write Your Way to Freedom offers. There are thousands of students. But even if that isn't the route that ends up being the right one for you, find copywriters in other free Facebook groups, find them on Instagram. There are a lot of us out here. It's an incredibly supportive community for the most part. My first year and a half as a copywriter, I partnered with another copywriter from Write Your Way to Freedom in a totally different niche. I at the time was writing only for interior designers. She was writing for occupational therapists. But every single time we submitted work to a client, we'd send it to each other first, and we'd act as an editor because neither of us could afford an editor. And it just, you want that peace of mind of like having someone look over your work, make sure there aren't typos. Again, you have blind spots. You have very different ways of thinking and looking. And she'd be like, I actually think this article would make a lot more sense if these two paragraphs were flipped. And just like having that support, again, not only for like the technical pieces of writing and making sure your writing is polished, but also just the emotional side of, like Kels mentioned, like a client will say, this is shit and I hate it. And then you want to cry by yourself, but instead you can be like, hey, is this actually terrible? Or are they being a jerk? Or like, just like getting some of that support, or like, oh my gosh, I had a client do that to me too. It's not the end of the world. Like, here's what I did. That kind of support is just absolutely invaluable across the board. So find a community, whether that's one person, a little group. I also had weekly Zoom calls for the first 2 years with 2 other copywriters, and we would just chat through what we were doing in our businesses. We would like spitball ideas, brainstorm, offer support. It's so much more fun to do it with a couple like copywriter ride or dies in your corner. And also, most people don't understand what we're doing here. Most people work more traditional jobs. They have the hierarchy of a boss and managers and things like that. And we don't have that as freelancers, as business owners. And so to create that community for yourself, to create that kind of support, I think is one of the best gifts you can give to yourself and your business as you're getting started.
Thanks so much for tuning into our video today. I'm Kelsey, and this is Katie and Cassidy. And together we talk about what it's like to be in the program Write Your Way to Freedom to help you determine if it's the right fit for you or not. If anything from the videos today resonated with you or made you decide like, yes, this is it, I want to sign up, it would mean the world to us if you used our referral code. For full transparency, we do get a little bit of a monetary kickback every time somebody signs up that we split between the 3 of us. And we also make a donation to World Central Kitchen, which you can find out more information on via the link in our notes. So thanks so much for tuning in, and check out the rest of our questions. We've probably answered the one that you have. Bye.